Alrighty. How the hell do I get everything fucked up here? Lord Almighty, man. Alright. Hold on a second. I doubt there's anyone here. Alrighty. Damn it. Alright. There. Done. Alright, I was gonna not play this game. Lord, this is loud. How does it get so fucking loud each time? I was gonna stop playing this game. Then yesterday, I was kind of thinking, damn it. Kind of want to know how it ends. So here we are. We're stuck here. I have no idea what's going on with this game, but I want to know how it fucking ends. Need to take more of those titty pictures. Look, that's not my fault, okay? That's the way this game works. To get the crit shots, you gotta make sure you hit them right in the spiritual nips. It's pretty egregious, terrible game design. It is just the way of the world. Sometimes you gotta take some pictures of some nips to exercise a titty ghost. Oh, fuck. I keep forgetting that I have to do that to get fucking points for the store. Hell, I was looking up. Ooh, fuck you. I got you. Okay. I was looking up like the older games too to see if like they were any better. This is the best version of this fucking game. This is the good one of these games. Did I get fucking turned around? Sure did. This is like the best one. I just watched a little bit of each one of the other games. The other games are ass, dude. How the fuck did this series get popular at all? Alright, calm down. I mean, I'm sure there's probably like a mechanic I'm missing, right? But maybe if I do this. Does this do anything different? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Looks like it does a whole lot of nothing. That was... Alright, Jesus Christ, calm down. All I did was take some nitpicks of you. Okay. Yeah, calm. Just stop. It was fucking Holy Week, dude. I had to calm down. Too bad the place that I go to, though. Priest there is a priest in multiple places. Actually can't be there every day this week, so that kind of sucks. I'm not going all the way back around to get that. It's as good as gone. Fuck it. I don't need it. Oh, great. More notes. My mother left when I was 3 years. I don't care. I'm sorry, but I don't know you, right? And if you immediately start a note off with complaining, I'm already done. I'm not going to read the rest. Okay, there was something I missed right here that I actually can't get. I don't know why I'm going back to get this. It's going to be pointless. It's going to be like a fucking... What is this? Oh, it's just film. I actually needed that anyway, so that's good. Yeah, if you ever, like... If I actually do move out into the woods... I leave behind the modern world, and I only come out to get some groceries and to go to church. If you write me a note, just make sure that you don't start out with complaining. You know, I'm going to say that to my family as well. If somebody dies, you know, don't open up with announcing that. Please, you know, say hi, how you doing, hope you're doing well at least first. What am I doing? Did I move? Something happened? Yes. Where am I going? Oh, you little bitch! I actually knew that was going to happen. My fucking spidey senses went off. What's in here? Swear to God, if it's just notes, I'm gonna be mad. Don't do it. Thank you. That time my spidey senses started to go off, but it, you know, quickly quelled. Hell, I don't know. Like, we're gonna go into a little bit of, like, you know, now that I've softened you up, like I've opened the letter with some pleasantries, right? I'm just joking. I actually figured out today, um, and this is something that's taken me almost 2 years to really understand or come to grips with, mostly because, you know, I was unable to get to the actual church until recently. To understand what, like, fasting actually does and the mindset that you have to go into when doing it. It turns out it's really beneficial when you understand that, and it was actually pointless of me to do it without understanding how to do it properly. Because now, without trying to explain it too much, because you should just go to the church and figure it, they'll explain it to you. Like, there's actual benefits to it now. I actually understand what it's for. And I understand how to use it correctly to actually give me some sort of to give me a benefit. Oh God, what do you want? So is there, when I was watching one of these videos, the fucking film, like, each ghost had a different film they were weak to. I don't know if that's how it works. What the fuck? I don't know if that's how it works in this one. We're gonna test it out. Bitch. Alright, it doesn't really look like it. Looks like it's all the same. Oh, you bitch. Oh my God, I'm starting to realize why I stopped. What are you doing, lady? Chill out. Alright, can you just stop, please? Full body shot? Wait, you could get... Okay, apparently you get... Are you done yet? Still not? Alright, we'll sit here another 45 minutes waiting for you to stop. Thank you. I'm pretty tired today. I don't think I'm going to finish this game tonight. Probably tomorrow. But... I'm fucking exhausted today. I don't like this. The last time I was in a room like this was on Silent Hill F. And I got a fox boyfriend out of that, and I really don't want another one. Oh. Second. What about... You know, this game wouldn't be as bad if, like, the controls worked properly. And, like, I didn't have to walk at, like, 2 miles an hour. I thought this was the way I was going. Hell, I was also today reading some stuff, and this is something that happens kind of commonly. Especially since I've been interested in, like, Orthodox. I don't know if it's like maybe more things are influenced by Orthodoxy than I realize. Fuck. But more things are influenced by Orthodoxy than what I realize or what everyone realizes. I actually figured out there's like an official, like, opinion on things. Not like official, but like something that priests commonly tell people, at least. What are you doing? I really don't want to fucking... What is that? Like a statue of an entire ass? What is with this game? But anyways, I'd come to a realization probably for the past few months. You know, I was trying to power my way through it because I thought I was just being kind of a weak-willed little bitch. But turns out, you know, some people are more... What would be the proper word? I don't want to say sensitive because that sounds gay. I can't think of a better word, so fine. More people are sensitive to the environment in which they're in. So, you know, some people... This is something I've noticed. Some people can stand, like, being around certain types of things, like drama or whatever, and be able to separate themselves from it. Not really be engulfed with it. I think that's actually pretty rare. I don't think that most 90% of people who think that way, I don't think that that's true. But some people are able to tolerate certain levels of stress in different types of situations. Like, let's say my resilience to drama is like at a fucking 3, right? I hate it so fucking much that I just can't be around it, even if it's something that doesn't involve me, because it makes me actually hate people. But what am I doing? Some people can process it differently and not really be like, they have a higher resistance to it. I do think that the idea of having a resistance to it doesn't mean that you are directly immune to it, though. You might have a higher resistance to it, but it would still affect you. For instance, like I have an extremely high resistance of drama that involves me. Couldn't give a fuck what anyone has to say about me. I could care less. Literally could care less. The only thing that I don't have a resistance to is people being okay with being around people that do talk shit about me. Because that, to me, that's what the fuck? It's like makes me distrust the person. That's okay with being around it. But oh my god, dude. I don't... What the fuck? Alright, well, now we're gonna spend 45 minutes taking this bitch out. You can finish my thought. Or not. Okay. Oh, you have fun with that, lady. Oh, you're not gone. What does that mean? Okay. Interesting. Thanks for the lore drop. That meant absolutely nothing. Are you... Please, for the love of fuck. Hey there, K2. Oh my god, you stupid... Stand still. Jesus Christ. I don't even remember what I was thinking about now. Probably for the best. What now? Why do I have to go back this way? This is the way it guided me. What's in here? What do I need in here? Oh my god, dude. Okay, so why do... Am I just like hunting for the Shrine Maidens right now or something? And why he keeps guiding me in different directions? But I do... What was I thinking about? It's like I'm gonna be real with you. This game is not that scary anymore, so we're getting into like deep introspection at this point. I don't think that oh great, I already know what's gonna happen in here. Just go ahead and pop out. This looks like a boss. Yeah. Oh, great. The titty ghosts are back. Oh, my lord. Get away from me. What? Would you quit making those sounds? I don't... What are you doing? Nope. Alright, come on now. Just stop. Bitch! Have I even healed? No, I haven't. Let's do that real quick. Are you done yet? Thank you. No, what? No, you're... Nobody's becoming one with anybody. I thought you were dead. Thank you. Holy shit, the combat in this game is awful. The only thing that keeps me going is I'm curious of what all this random, obscure bullshit is leading up to. And it's gonna be disappointing. It's gonna make me mad. What? Okay. I didn't know that the door was locked. He didn't have to inform me that it was unlocked. It could have just opened. Alright, we gotta find a... It's over here. I don't care. What am I doing? What is going on? What are you talking about? I just got up here. Okay, thank you. Like, I don't understand why this fucking thing guides me like this. So what, is there a key that I missed something or somewhere in there? Oh, something dived out of the fucking wall, but it was just a flower on my head. Yeah, I'm just going around in circles. So if it's... I have a feeling it's just taking me back to that fucking part underground. Because I maybe didn't pick something up at the very bottom of that fucking boss room area. Yeah, it is. It 100% is. I really don't like how the right trigger is also the same button. Like, it guides you, but it also opens doors and shit, and it pisses me off. What am I doing? Well, the reason I find even cares because I find humans in Well, the thing about it is, right? Um, I don't know. I just a lot of the shit that happens on the internet is just like I don't think it's any of my business. And people make it publicly everyone's business, or not everyone's business, but they do it publicly. And then people have this kind of like what is going on? I don't. Why are you here? What is? And even within like just being interested in public relationship, like I don't know if it's good to get out of here, bitch. I don't know if it's good to be interested in other people's personal business. And personal business, I mean like interpersonal stuff that they have with each other. I know that they do it online, and really they don't have anyone to blame but themselves for doing that. I mean, that's why, for the most part, I keep most of my shit offline, or I only tell people specific things about me to help them understand that I get it, right? Or that they make judgments about me that are just completely wrong, and they think I'm thinking of things in a certain way that I'm not. But it's oh my lord. I don't know. I just don't find any like satisfaction out of knowing people have like failed friendships and stuff, or are getting really angry about silly things. Good lord, that was a picture. And I find myself, when I do get in like into that stuff, what happens is I take everything way too damn seriously. Because these, especially specifically the drama retards, take everything deadly seriously, and they pretend like they don't. But they literally take everything as like a sign of disrespect or not. And they're comfortable with it, things happening to them, as long as it's not like something they can gain out of being upset about it. But the problem with all of this stuff being online is that there is an incentive to have a problem with somebody based on an opinion that they have, or a disagreement, or just being overreacting to a criticism of a character flaw and stuff like that. So it comes down to, I mean, ultimately, most of these people being absolute complete hypocrites. And I don't, and the problem is with it, the more I get into the church and stuff, I find it very difficult for me not to be deeply affected by it and not want to like correct it. But there's no way for me to correct it, because it's an impossible thing to even get involved in. And it's, you know, none of my business too. So it's like it all gets displayed publicly. It makes you feel like or it makes me feel like I have a ability to correct it, but there's no like actual thing I can do to correct it. Because when it comes to people, right, who do I criticize the most? Do I criticize my enemy the most? No, I don't correct my enemy the most. I correct my friends the most. But I don't like doing that shit publicly. And the reason that I only really try to correct friends the most is because if they are my friend, they would have to understand that I'm not doing this because I feel a certain way about it. I'm doing it because I'm trying to help you. I'm not trying to hurt you. You know? And I'm also not like when it comes to having friends, right? I don't really care if I'm like in continuous contact with them, right? I don't need them to be specifically a part of my everyday life. If they are, it's because of what am I looking for? I don't know. Maybe I have what I need. But if you're a part of my everyday life, then... Oh my fucking god, dude. This fucking bitch keeps coming back. But if somebody is in my everyday life, what I'm trying to say is that it's because I find not just a benefit for me, but a benefit for them in it. I don't actually look at it, as a benefit to me. I only see it as trying to be a benefit to them. And in that, if I find myself in a place, if I see somebody in a place that I don't think is beneficial, I will say it. And if people want to be a part of it, and this has nothing to do with like any individual circumstances right now. I'm not talking about anybody in particular. This is just a general statement. That if I find them in places where I think that there's nothing good that can come out of it, then eventually I just stop being in that same place they want to be. And I will use, an example of like, let's just say, like if, let's say, I don't know. Let's say King, if he's hanging around, like, we hang out on specific channels or whatever, and to me, I don't think that it's a benefit for me or him to be there. I wouldn't stop hanging around him. It's just when he goes to those places, I would not be there. And I wouldn't say anything about it after I've said it the first few times. So it's... And the reason I do that is not just for... What that ends up being is it becomes a choice of protecting myself or my friend. And if the friend is continuously going to a place where I don't want to be and I don't think is good for me to be, and I don't think it's good for them to be there, then I just stop going there. Alright, I have no idea. I keep losing track. I'm about to fucking look it up. And also, to be honest too, this has something to do that happened to me when I was younger. I had, at one point when I was younger, There's a group of friends that I figured out that these people actually most of these people are terrible people. I'm just going to convince some people that this isn't a good place. They listen to me and we all go. That's good. If they want to stay, they can stay. And then I convince some of those people to come with me. And then the people that ended up staying, just convince them, well, you can still be part of both groups. You can still be here and be a part of that other group. That other person's just telling you this because they're selfish or whatever, and they just don't like those people. And, you know, first of all, that's a shitty thing to do, is to talk about another friend of that group and to try to paint them in a certain light. I mean, it ended up me realizing that they weren't actually friends at all, so it was a good... I'm glad that they did that. It taught me a lesson. But it also, like, they weren't actually being friends to me or the other friend, because they just pitted us against... They tried to pit us against each other just so everybody could hang out in the same group, even though most of us kind of agreed that, you know, these people... We don't need to be a part of these people in their group. Okay, so I don't know what the fuck I'm looking for. We're just going to assume that there's something in here. I'm confused, and I'm, like, in a fucking logic spiral right now. But within what I learned in that, and I won't even lie, like, the specific example of what reason why I didn't decide to hang around that friend group was the internal bickering and talking shit behind people's backs and stuff. And not really being what a friend group should be. I mean, if you got problems with somebody, you tell them. You tell them. You don't hold it in. So, in that friend group, the people that convinced those people that they actually should be a part of the bigger main group, they actually ended up hurting the people that they convinced to come back, because those were people that were, like, honest, good people. They ended up getting warped by the situation that they were okay with, they could tolerate, but also did some of the similar things, that the reasons why I didn't want to be a part of the main group. And those people that they encouraged to come back, they ended up getting damaged by that main group. They ended up becoming like the fucking jokes of the... I have no idea what it wants me to do. I'm looking it up. So this is the thing, right? Empathy's fake and gay, but you can definitely tell patterns within people. And you can tell, but you can tell when a friend group and its inner turmoil will emotionally destroy somebody. You can tell it. I mean, the biggest lesson I learned from all of that was not be so blunt and direct about it, but me more so guiding people away, because if you're blunt and direct, then people tend to overreact and try to pull people back in because they think that I'm just being unreasonable. So it becomes more of a eventual thing. And within that friend group, what am I looking for? Fatal Frame. What is this chapter called? Immoral Flower. What am I supposed to do? I have no idea. I'm going to be honest, my head isn't in this game right now. I'm going to play something else for right now. I can't. I literally cannot. I'm in one of those really introspective moods, I guess. Probably not going to be on much longer anyways. But oh, there was a game that I found that I'll just play for a little bit. But within that friend group, I learned a lot of lessons about life and what it means to be a friend and loyalty and what it means and what happens when people don't have the same sort of moral structure within that friend group. It will eventually tear itself apart from the inside out. And that's why I generally, when I see it now, if I'm in a friend group, it's because I don't see it. If I'm not in a friend group anymore, it's because I've seen it and I know where it's going. And I know there's almost nothing I could do. And I don't have any interest in trying to fix it because it's a lot of time investment. And specifically online, I have no desire to have any sort of time investments within friend groups to try to solve internal issues. What is this? Is this only a multiplayer game? Whatever, we'll play it. My God. But if I'm in a part of that friend group and I start saying things to people directly about things, I'm not doing it to do anything more than to, you know, point out, hey, this is a bad idea. Or, hey, you know, certain people's presence within this area, nothing that benefits anybody in it. And I understand there are some benefits to specific types of people on the internet, but there's also about 3 different ecosystems within like the panel sphere, right? There's 3 different ecosystems. There's the middle ground of where people just kind of are friend groups and they talk and they just kind of talk shit with each other. They don't really interact with any other groups. There's the drama groups who talk shit about anybody they can to get any sort of reaction out of them so they can make content out of it and then get more views out of it. And then there's the debate sphere where people are mean to each other. They might say some hurtful things, but ultimately the goal is not to say those hurtful things or to draw in crowds from those hurtful things that might be said. What it is a method of correcting the person. So, and in those debate spheres, for the most part, personal shit doesn't really matter that much and probably should never be included. And honestly, there are some things that people say to each other in the debate sphere that's pointless and kind of shows sign of maybe they're not fully within what is debate. They're more so into boosting their own egos and not really worrying about debate. What's up, King? I just used you as an example for something. But oh my God, the game's not even fucking working, is it? All right, I think it's working now. But I have no idea how to play this game. Kind of just flew straight through it. I know you have to buy a pizza shop. That's about it. Yeah, right now. I have the camera actually working properly. And I'm also probably, since I'm doing all this stuff, I'm probably going to become like actually debating. Like for real, actually using it as trying to have a method of changing people through the culture. Go press. The punch things. Well, I use you as an example in like a hypothetical. Wasn't any kind of criticism towards you. You gonna make me go back, or you just talking shit at me? I was just using your name as like a example of something. I wasn't actually criticizing you or saying anything about you. I was just trying to think of a name to use, and your name was the first one that I thought of. What the fuck is going on? Fucking place the thing. What is... Thank you.
Hey, come on, chop chop. You got $1 million debt to pay. Stock the ingredients.
What the fuck? Who do I owe $1 million to? What am I... whatever. But yeah, like, what am I doing? What, where? I think the fucking thing just disappeared. This game doesn't fucking work. What is going on? I can't even fucking figure this shit out. Alright, so I'm gonna... I guess I'm done with this shit too. I'm just gonna fucking watch a video. I don't... I can't play any game right now. My brain's not properly... like, on playing a game. I can't fucking put my brain on playing a game right now. Hell, I don't even know if I could find anything to watch. But anyways, my ultimate thing is what I'm saying is that there are 3 different regions of the internet. I mean, I can think of examples of all 3 off the top of my head. You know, JS isn't really a debate place. It's more of like a hangout place that debates happen. Easy's channel is more of a debate space. And, you know, I don't really hang around drama places very much, if at all, anymore, especially. But then there's a place like Sarah's channel, which is semi debate with 99% drama. Like, it's not even really about the debate, it's more about the weird, gross shit that happens on there. Now especially. So, when you're, like, I only think that there's 2 spaces, there's only 2 places that are really worth interacting with. The third place is nothing but retarded shit. And it can be fun and funny to poke fun at some of those people sometimes. But interacting directly with them, no. There's no reason. There's no reason to interact with them. Doesn't mean that people can't do that. They could do that all they want. I don't see the point, and I don't think that it'll end well if people do. That's ultimately what I'm trying to say. Like, everyone's an adult. They can make their own decisions. It's just, seeing this shit in real life where there's real consequences for interacting with groups of people like the Dramasphere, and the ramifications for doing that are life altering and completely changing of, like, it's like life altering. And even the people on the Dramasphere right now, the things that they do, and some specifically a lot of the things that they'll do, is life altering. Changes how people can live their life. It changes their way and their ability to interact with people online. changes what they can even affect their real life to some extent. And engaging with those people gives them more power to do more of that. So contributing to their channels, like this is my problem with it. I don't even care if like small people do it. The primary people that I'm angry with right now, that what the fuck is this? Primary people I'm angry with right now that are directly giving these people more ammunition and ability to do and hurt more people is the Crucible, is Andrew right now. And you know, I'm not a Crucible person. I do agree with Andrew, and I think he does good work. But engaging with these people and giving them attention is doing nothing but giving them more ammunition, more of a crowd, and a bigger ability to manipulate and hurt more people. That's what it is, ultimately. But once again, they're adults. They can do what they want to do. Have no issues with them having that ability to do so. I just think that it doesn't do much but get other people hurt and more attention on them. And there's plenty of fucking crazy people on the internet. Plenty of stuff that that you can interact with that's funny, that doesn't involve these pieces of shit. I don't know why. For some reason, I've just gone into this like fucking Zen introspective mode. I'm not even tired. I'm getting into that almost that philosophical mode soon. We're going to go into philosophy in a minute. I can't even find anything to watch. Hell. Emmett, if you're here, when are you going to stream? Because I'll just stop when you're going to go. Let me see. There was something that I saw recently that I was at work and I was listening to. Hey, Kat. Welcome to Introspective Me. All right, well, I can't fucking find anything to watch. I'm gonna go ahead and do something I don't like doing. I'm gonna go. There was something that I was watching, or I was at Confluences today. I'll react to some Confluence stuff. I don't know why. When I'm not Google, but when I'm searching Confluence's channel, it immediately takes me to a tutorial channel. Let's see if I can find it real quick. There was argument that somebody was having, and I really didn't like it. But I was making fun of it. All right, we're gonna find it.
I do believe that
confirmation.
Well, shit.
Yeah, so probably at the same time, guys. Of theism claims to you.
No, I think I'm with Seth on this one. I believe that so much that I'm not smart enough to.
The epistemic foundations, not just the.
Are you just telling? You're just saying
Bibles.
stuff.
Okay, so here we go.
You know,
This PDX
the-
guy is,
Facts about creation.
gonna be
if you
honest,
disagree with them, you're going to be
kind of a
arguing
dumbass.
with God.
Oh,
And the
here's
church
another.
does
Here's
that a
another
lot.
And you
example
know,
where God.
Institutions.
Here's another
you might
example
end
where
up
God
hearing
became
me. I
tutorial
might
in
end up
all
saying a
world
slur here
was
or two
with
here.
Jacob. God and Jacob
Ugh.
did lock hands.
I can get
in,
away with
in the
saying
book,
one.
in in the book of Genesis, where
He had a
where
wrestling
Jacob-
match.
yeah, it was a, that
Sweet.
It
Flips me
is,
off.
Man came down from the
Holy
heavens. and-
Jesus! We have an older Ben Thorpe.
yeah, it's true. I'm old as balls.
It
Yeah,
does
this is what this guy looks like. I actually agree. He is obese Timu Ben Thorpe.
look like Ben Thorpe in a way.
Oh,
I don't know if you know who
God,
that is.
fucking-
PDX.
fuck Ben Thorpe. Jesus.
got a
Simple
Thorpe coda.
expression I have
So,
for
so
that.
here's my first
So
question
Keelan-
for you,
Keelan,
you
be
believers.
good.
If you're
Yeah,
definitely,
but got one, guys. Everyone.
Forgot.
I don't like to get into all the physics like Phil Bro stuff. But anyway,
All right, so I'm going to be honest. When an atheist says, I don't do philosophy, I'm going to be real with you. Then what the fuck do you do? What do you think about all day? Like, I get that some people just work and go home and that's it. But you have to have some ability to ground truth in, right? And if you can't do it through theology and philosophy, then you have no tool to use to be able to have that.
so
Ben Thorpe, if he wasn't a
basically,
chronic alcoholic.
if you think about the Bible and how Judaism, transitioned into Christianity, is a very human thing that happened. God acts very human.
Now, this is strange, right? You never expect an atheist to actually say something that's actually correct. Sorry, King. But you never expect an atheist to say something about religion that is true. And what he's saying there is actually more accurate than what the majority of Protestants, I would say almost every single Protestant, says about Judaism to Christianity. Judaism did transition to Christianity. There is no original Judaism. The rabbinics that are here now that claim to be that, they are an aberration. They are the first heretics. They are the people which authority was taken away from them. They had no authority. The Jewish people that became Christians, they were the ones granted the authority and carried forth the Christian religion. And carried forth what is Israel, the true church. They're the representation of that. It's two different titles, but it's the same thing. It's two different covenants, but still one church.
In the Old Testament, there's anger, there's wrath, there's jealousy, there's unalivement, there's all this junk.
Well,
right?
okay, so
God acts very human in the Old Testament. There's anger, there's wrath.
there are a lot of people with no grounding in just blind faith or lack of faith, so it makes sense that they sit around and think about nothing. Yeah, I guess that is true. Oh yeah, think about like this guy is actually one of the people that I think only thinks of himself. He's actually one of these people. And I think Emmett went up to go argue with him at some point, but I was trying to get a cheeseburger. So I wasn't able to hear what happened. Maybe I'll find that.
Wrath, there's jealousy.
Okay, so there's wrath, jealousy. Okay, so look, wrath in itself is not a bad thing. You can have wrath. You can be angry. It just depends on what you do with that anger. And what you do with that anger is important. You can use your anger directed at your own sins. And this is me speaking of my own opinion. This is not me being authoritative. You can use your anger directed at your own iniquities in life without being self-hatred, because I actually have recently discovered that self-hatred is only destructive and chaos and poisonous to the soul. But, and this is my personal opinion, but what happens is you can use your anger towards those sins, and once you figure out how to do that, it actually is very quick and easy. There are times where you'll struggle with it more than not, but it does over the course of time and living through the ways of the church makes everything a lot easier. And I don't know why I went off on that, but yeah, wrath, that I remember. Wrath is not inherently bad. It's not. It's just a state. It's an emotional state. Jealousy within itself, there is valid jealousy and there's invalid jealousy. I think jealousy at its good core is not a bad thing. It's just jealousy is a very chaotic emotion that most people cannot use very well at all. For instance, most people, when they're jealous, will blame the individual that they're jealous over. I don't do that. I get jealous over other people, like assuming things that they, like, say I have a child, right? And they have a stepfather. I am jealous over that stepfather because that stepfather is not me and has no ability to really be able to guide my child like I would be able to. And honestly does not have even the innate respect of my child that I would. So the jealousy that I would have, as long as I'm not blaming my daughter for my jealousy, I can help my daughter. I can continuously help my daughter, but I just might, say something sarcastic to the stepdad every once in a while, So that's jealousy is not inherently bad. It's just very easily poorly used, and you have to be able to. Jealousy is dangerous. You should really, probably for the most part, reject it and not use it. But there are places where it's valid and can be justified. So jealousy and wrath, not two inherently terrible things.
There's unalivement. There's all this.
Unalivement. There are times where it's perfectly okay to unalive somebody. There is. That's just a matter of fact. You can, in any type of self-defense situation where your family's at risk, that's fine. And even within a type of war, to destroy people that constantly just goes after you, and yeah, there's nothing wrong with that either.
That you say, oh, but then Jesus Christ came and you've got your new covenant, and it explains all of that. But what it doesn't explain is that why would God, an all-powerful being that's able to create this entire universe that we now know has 2 trillion galaxies or more, each having...
Well, how does he know that? This is the first thing atheists do. They start saying shit. How do you know that?
In 100 to 150 billion stars, this God doesn't reveal themselves to more than one prophet around the world, just this one group, not the Africans, not the Mayans, not the Aztecs, not the Chinese, not the Japanese.
Well, there are things that indicate that there are other cultures that have interacted with the energies of God, but the point of the Jewish people having it being revealed to them is for the Jewish people to be the people group of God, is to be the first steps of building what would eventually be Christianity and be the global church, would be the church that everybody goes to. So it's not so much, it's about the falling of the world and God slowly pulling himself back from it as a method of allowing man to do what they want, and then reintroducing himself to us in a method that would build up from a foundation upwards until where we're at now. So that's fine that you could criticize that, but ultimately what's already happening currently is that, and what happened in the past was a method of getting us to this. You could say, well, he could have just done it all at once. Why would he need to do what your prescription is? How would you know that your method would be better? How would you know this? You wouldn't. You can't. It's unfalsifiable. You're making an unfalsifiable assertion
Why is it that it has to start in one place and then go everywhere? Why can't God reveal himself to a prophet in multiple locations at once? It seems pretty.
I mean, that's obviously a very good question. They
Could
call
I-
that
could I answer that?
the scandal of particularity.
Could I
Right?
could I give a shot at that?
And I'm going to say this: Confluence immediately simping for the new guy. He's got to quit doing this. Quit simping for every new guy that goes on your panel, Confluence. That literally, he just made a wild assertion that he can't actually justify why his method of revelation would be better than God himself. So that's not great criticism. It's or great question. It's actually a very low tier Reddit question that I'm surprised a man of this age still hasn't found an answer to, but it's probably because he's stupid.
Sure, go ahead, Frankie.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go with what I know. So
God, Confluence is good at tracking. Yeah, he's good at keeping them too. Sorry. Although the one pissed me off was Vibe. Yeah, Vibe was being a douchebag. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, a lot of his arguments that he made were pretty low tier Protestant arguments as well.
whether you accept it or not, that's on you. So when it comes to the Old Testament in terms of prophets, because God was just only centering around Israel and the prophets and
Why?
what people were doing in Israel. So then when it came to the prophets,
Why?
Elijah, such as Elijah, such as Samuel, Samuel, Nathan, etc., that was all because it's
And this is where, like, I don't think Frankie was really understanding what he was actually asking. He's asking why. And the reason why was to create a people group, to instill a moral foundation within a people's that would eventually grow into what would be Christianity now. It's the seed. The Jewish people were the seed. And the branches and the tree started to grow and branch out into Christianity.
a metaphor, and if you're reading it, it's also a metaphor and a kind of like a mirror to of what society is. So that if the society is going
Oh
to
yeah.
Well, I do scream at him, telling him what the fuck cares you think is a Christian when you don't even understand the argument. Yeah, Vibe doesn't understand like a lot of stuff that people say. I'm gonna skip through. Right, I'm sorry, Frankie. I like you, but you're a little bit retarded, and I'm gonna skip you. I think you're a good dude, but I gotta skip through.
wait and
Go ahead.
At the epistemic
Terms of like the particulars of what
stuff's running. Well, as
a
energy.
hot dense.
it's
I'm probably just gonna
over
skip to where
Is
Emmett
the
Goet's
point.
on soon.
Well, the math shows, even though the physics, it gets kind of
Okay, what was the question that he asked?
survey, right? That consistent and the origin as the truth, right? And then everything that emerges from that, the breakdown of the GUT and the four fundamental forces, that's a deviation from
Wait,
truth.
go back.
We
Go
start
back.
off
What does
in-
we look
I'm gonna be honest. The Seth
everything
guy,
functions
like, okay, so there's some people. I'm gonna say this. There's some Protestants that try to over complexify argumentation to make themselves not more intelligent, but they try to create this massive web of stuff that they think creates an untouchable type of argument. Most arguments that are really good are very simple and very easy to express and will easily convince a person if they're actually trying to understand what truth is. When you overcomplex it, when you have an over complex argument, what it does is it makes people's brains turn off. That's what it does. And I'm going to be honest, that's what happened to the PDX guy. He's stupid, but he's also not going to pay attention to all the gobbledygook you're saying.
in order to operate, right?
Wait,
That
wait,
is
wait,
the
wait. So
existence
I'm confused.
before
He's not a Protestant. He's an 18-year-old self-proclaimed intellectual. He's an agnostic. No, I don't know. I don't know. Like, he said that he was Christian at some point, so I thought that he was.
observation.
Or
Okay,
Protestant.
so why is what origin is the origin that you're referring to? You have to kind of.
The
I don't know all
big
of your inside baseball. You gotta.
Yeah, I'm going to skip through this too.
global
But it makes sense. It makes sense if he thinks and considers himself an intellectual, though. It makes sense then. Because he's thinking that creating this massive web-like argumentation is making the argument better rather than just giving a simple explanation to a concept that is easier to defend. If you create this massive web of shit, you have more gaps in it that have to be closed, and also it makes people's brain turn off. Let's go to. Let's see if
Plus,
there's.
He's
we
using
would
his
back
evidence to show a
science,
different
so
point.
if there wasn't the fossil, we could
I
easily
just
say
explained
no
to you
Okay,
how you saw.
Seth.
Oh, the Kirk guy, yeah, the Kirk guy. He says he's Jewish. I don't know.
That makes
Seth, are
it
you a young
possible.
Earth creationist? Like, are you like 6,000 years?
No, not 6,000 years, but I did recently delve into some stuff that's like
Vibe admitting
the
that his
moon
wife and kids are
doesn't
illegal
show
immigrants was
signs of
wild.
having the age, which
Yeah, that is
is
wild.
predicted to
I don't
happen signs
understand how
of
that would work.
4.5 billion years of stopping stuff from hitting the Earth. as
That
the rate
sounds
it's
like
been
you're saying
going.
I'm not a young Earth creationist.
All right,
but-
I'm gonna be honest. This dude's
Well, and then,
like-
right in the New Testament, we see that as Christ.
He
I
never
don't know. I don't
deviated
know.
from
I don't proteins properly.
I don't
No,
remember
no,
this
yeah,
dude
are
taking
you a
over the
vegan?
conversation.
Are-
Let's be fair. To be fair, I was at work and I was just kind of trolling in chat, so I wasn't really paying. I thought this Kurt guy didn't,
Vegetarian?
or this
I'm not vegan.
Well,
I
whatever
just eat meat all
Seth
the
guy
time.
didn't talk very
Is
much.
that
Do you
wrong?
think that this will be something that we? I mean, I agree with you. I'm
Yeah.
not
Oh
a
yes.
vegetarian.
So this is
Growing
where I'm
protein-
mad, right? I had a perfectly good question. I had a fantastic question to ask because he said that eating meat eventually will be considered wrong. So then I asked, so is eating bugs wrong? I kept asking. There was a good question. Is eating bugs wrong? Is killing bugs wrong? That is the ultimate like destruction of veganism. Veganism is eating bugs wrong? Is killing bugs wrong? And why that's a defeater for veganism, if that's wrong, then you should be walking outside on your tippy toes, making sure you don't step on anything. It's a connection to what they consider conscious life as. What up, Doomerang? But the question that I asked, there was a reason why I wanted him to ask it. He didn't do it. I'm angry. Okay, I'm angry.
Proteins
But no, like if it's not okay to eat meat, to be consistent with it, you would have to say, to me at least, you'd have to say that to then eat insects would also be wrong, or at least could be considered wrong. And that would mean that the pesticides required to grow the vegetables and stuff would be wrong to use. It would also mean that the land destruction that it would take to grow these vegetables and beans or whatever the fuck, the soy shit that they eat, that would be wrong because you're destroying wildlife by creating fields to grow it. It's not a good argument. You could say, well, we could come up with a way, but that's what fucking atheists always say.
in warehouses, before 50 years go by. So I don't think we'll need to kill animals in 50 years. And we don't
So
need
what are
to
we
now
doing?
if we use proteins properly. No,
I'm pro cricket munching. I don't know. I have to be convinced. And if that's all that Emmett's going to bring, he's got to bring a variety of crickets. Since he's in charge of the food.
I'm not
Doomerang
vegan.
asks, are you a vegan? Are you
No, I'm
vegetarian?
not. I'm not vegan.
Well,
I
you
eat
just
lots
you
of meat all the
can.
time.
All right. So he just said that to be more moral, or that it would be more moral in the future to not eat meat. But then he's also saying, yeah, I eat meat. So he's making a claim that something is moral, but it's just not moral right now, which is retarded.
Is that
Do you
wrong?
think that this will be something that we? I mean, I agree with you. I'm
Yeah.
not a vegetarian now. I used to be. I'm not now, but I think that especially once we can get
Figured
protein
myself.
better and stuff, I think it will be.
All right.
This
I'll
is what
skip
I
it through a
said,
little
but,
bit more.
I mean, it's
Old science, to be honest.
Can I tell you something, Geek?
We're going to skip noggins. I'm sorry.
Because-
We're skipping noggins.
Why is everything so human centric in all of these religions when we're just on one star in one galaxy in this gigantic universe? There's probably millions and millions and millions of sentient life in our known universe.
Well, Okay, so first of all, he just made a claim that he can't prove and that there's no evidence of, even within his system. There's no way that you could know any way, in any way, shape, or form, that there is other sentient life that are similar to us in other places. He can't prove that. It's just an argument of probability, which is fallacious. It might happen. It could happen. But it's not an it's not like there's nothing there to really, like, it's not an argument. And then why is it so human centric? Because we as humans are the image of God, and we have been given abilities that make us reflect his nature. So it's not, in our view at least, it's not us making God in our image. It's God literally doing the opposite. It's the opposite direction for us. So in that, we live life that reflects either God or not God. And if it's not God, bye-bye, I guess. I don't know. Anyways.
Like, so, I mean,
But yeah, that's just a stupid, like, it's just a really retarded Reddit tier thing. Let's skip to Emmett, because I'm probably about to be done in a minute. What the hell is going on? Cricket is basically steak in the dead zone. What the hell is the dead zone? Oh, I know what the dead zone is. Talking about Everest, I forgot. The only time I've seen a cricket is by dumpsters. I've seen crickets in the yard everywhere. I could snatch some up right now. My ideas of what I think, what I believe, yeah. Bunch of meme, yep. I've never seen a cricket. To be honest, I'm excited. You've never seen a cricket? That's insane. You've seen a cricket. You've had to have seen a cricket before. I don't. You've heard them. You've had to have seen one at some point. I'm gonna be. That's like, well, when you kept telling me you've never had rice before, and then you eventually remembered that you did have rice. Or was it something else? I don't remember. They're elusive in these parts. Well, they ain't elusive here. They'll hop up on my damn porch constantly. All right, let's see where Emmett comes in. Because I'm going to be honest, like, so before I get this started, like, as I was listening to this guy talk, like, it was literally him saying, well, that just does, I don't think that that's true. I don't think that personally that convinces me of anything. It's like really gay shit. Well, okay, so there was the rice thing, and then there was, you had never had Asian food before, or something like that. Maybe I'm mixing the two together, because I think rice is an Asian food. But I don't know. Maybe maybe those are mixing together in my head. Well, this dude was okay, Chinese food. That's what I was thinking. I thought it was just Asian food in general. Kat has never had food before. She used to be a breatharian. I don't know. I think I should time you out for that, Count Emmett, Count Everest. But I'm in a lenient mood. But well, to be fair, I never had any Asian food. That's the one I remember, is that you've never had Asian food before, and that I was like, "Have you ever had rice before?" You were like, "No, I've never had rice." And then eventually you told me that you actually had rice because you remembered. I mean, eating American food is based. Like, Asian food is trash. South American food is pretty trash too. But like, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna give my one of my most controversial food takes. White people tacos are better. All right, we're gonna play where MA comes in.
law emerging from that because there's used assumptions in order to derive a higher order moral truth. Right,
this is
because
something that
you have to compare it to higher order truth.
sit here.
So there was something that said that Jesus didn't look like Jesus when Jesus was risen. Well, here's what's more like.
Hey, there we go, Ken. Yeah, even though Mexicans eat white people tacos, exactly. Although I'm gonna be honest here, like it's like I don't even understand what is going on down there. Why they put so many fucking spices in everything they eat? You might as well just like dump the fucking chili powder on your tongue. You're not even tasting the food at that point. You're destroying your microbiome in your stomach. I don't know what's going on down there. It really needs to stop. We really need to just take over all of South America. Just get rid of that shit. I have a strict diet of Caucasian tacos, biscuits and gravy, and hot dogs with a variety of potatoes. Based. That's what you call that's what you call probably the best diet on the planet, honestly. I don't think that there's anything in that grouping of foods that I would say isn't a good type of food. All right, let's see.
Jesus resurrected after 3 days, or somebody pretended to be Jesus after 3 days.
Let me ask you something though, Geek.
They were tripping balls.
What's crazy?
Well, him saying that shit just pisses me off because he has no ability to justify any of the assertions that he makes. And you can tell that I'm being serious right now. I don't know if you can tell. I've closed my eyes because I'm seething with fucking rage right now. But he has no ability to come up with any comprehension of truth. He can't even come up with an approximation of truth. Truth is a transcendental category, which he just asserts that he has, but also can't prove that he has it, and also doesn't require it because he only needs approximation, but then does require it because approximation requires the fact that there is a truth somewhere, a hard truth, like a 100% truth. So it doesn't make any sense. But anyways, sorry, I just spurred out for a second.
Jesus resurrecting, or somebody creating the origin of the universe?
Well, yeah, and actually, Noggins
Jesus
just hit it,
resurrecting
right?
because we're in the universe, and
The list has a complete sandwiches. Let's see. Well, I mean, biscuits and gravy. That's kind of hot dog is a sandwich. A taco is a corn bread sandwich. You could make a sandwich out of potatoes. You could make a potato bun for a hamburger.
like I would say Jesus resurrecting. I guess
I was molding so bad that I waited for the moment before I went full.
Yeah, the human race. I pretty much
Strong,
heard.
strong.
I pretty
Have
much
an actual
heard.
neurological basis.
I
And
heard you pretty much say PDX in the very beginning, right? Like you're like, I am not a physicist. I don't understand the beginning of the universe. Most of us don't understand whether we're secularists or Christians. Christians go, well, we do understand because we have a God. You guys say, well, we do understand in the sense that there's an X and we haven't solved for X yet. So we both have this concept that something came from nothing. Now, if we were to take Occam's razor,
no, I don't believe something came from nothing.
Well,
okay,
the
so
only
there was
other
something.
option
There
is
was
God.
something before
Wait,
something,
Well,
and you
okay.
actually wait. Hold on, Emmett.
So let me go ahead because I already know the argument that he's going to use there. The idea that the universe is permanent, like it's a infinite universe, it's impossible. Time cannot be infinite. It's a fixed thing. It's a direction. It's not something that could be turned backwards or something that could go on forever. It's a concept grounded within material, like within mind of God, but it's also a materially grounded individual perception that people have. The idea that the universe could be infinite is literally impossible because it would break the rule of identity. There would be no individual events. There would just be events happening and repeating constantly. It wouldn't be, there would be no individual event. It would just be events continuously revolving around. Like there would be nothing but just. Okay, I explained it for basically correctly. It would not be an event. It would just be something. It wouldn't be a direct individual event. It would just be an event that kept occurring. It would be a circle. Oh yeah, and yeah, that is true. And even then, like borderline, what is also being said is that the universe is essentially a aspect of what we understand as God. It's not it. I don't believe in an infinite creator, but I do believe in an infinite self-creator, like a mind, like a universe that continuously creates itself. What the actual fuck, a corn sandwich is perverting language now. Close your eyes, draw a hot dog, then draw a sandwich. I bet you didn't draw the same thing twice. I mean, like, if somebody told me to draw a sandwich, like, I don't think of things in pictures. I think of things in concepts, right? I think of things as, like, individual parts. Like, when you say sandwich, I'm thinking of bread, meat, and bread. Maybe some cheese. That's about it. M&M's burger, yeah. Hot dog is still a sandwich. It what? Oh, fuck, I can't read now. What if it's in a lobster roll? Is a hot dog still a sandwich? If it's in a lobster roll, it would be a double sandwich, I guess. It'd be a sandwich roll. Never had a lobster roll. Neither have I. Seafood is gay. Never will eat fish. Never will eat anything that is in the ocean or a lake. What's a ice cream sandwich? What is an ice cream sandwich or an Oreo? Both.
Great.
Because an Oreo is a cookie sandwich.
You made the comment earlier saying, well, if God created us, who created God, right? And if I can say the same thing back to you, we can have this same circular argument. It's gonna be circular.
No, like,
and when I'm coming back,
If I'm going on a lobster boat, Cat, I'm coming with a fucking. I'm coming with some type of weapon, and if the lobster guy makes any funny moves, he's going to be feeding the lobsters, and I'm getting the fuck out of there.
Possibility matter is eternal. That's what I said. There's a possibility matter is eternal.
That's a mathematical.
and there's a
fallacy.
possibility that God's eternal, correct? Right?
Yeah,
It's not.
yeah.
So once again, we're
Exactly. So sandwich doesn't even require bread, meat, or cheese. Well, okay, then you've just broadened sandwich to mean, well, I could just make a corn sandwich now. I have a taco is now a corn sandwich. So it doesn't require bread. So in the conceptualization, it would be some type of grain, meat, then grain.
circular. But if we actually
Right.
take Occam's razor, if you just go with your
Mhm.
gut,
Yeah.
doesn't it seem more logical that nothing should have ever existed? There should have never been a Big Bang. There should have never been a God. There
came
should have
back
never been
safe.
anything. But
Well, let me just say that, I mean, okay, you came back safe. You would have 100% came back safe. There would have been no risk if I was there with a weapon, okay? What's a grilled cheese? No meat. Well, I said you could have cheese within a sandwich. Sandwich is omnipresent. Yeah, we've made okay, now we're removing the meat. So now we've made the meat not necessary. So it's just grain, edible thing, grain. So now the sandwich has become omnipresent.
we
That's a
we
really
can't
bad
actually
appeal.
say. No, I think it's a great appeal because it makes no,
Obvious if you
neither
look at
one
things
actually
that
has
do.
any logic behind it. They're both fake,
Dude,
and that's the point. And we're here, and we know it's true.
I'll tell you what my gut says. My gut
Jesus knew
says
the
not only
outstanding
has our
foundation.
universe been around forever, but there's infinite universes.
That is the dumbest fucking thing I have heard in so long. I'm tempted to take a fucking 4th Zen today. I've been good for almost 2 weeks. I've had it limited to 2, sometimes 3. The 4th Zen comes out. That's bad. I'm not doing it.
In a sort of like the bubble universe theory is what I think is the one that jives the most with me.
So how
So
many?
there's some-
And can you have both?
Sometimes you have to risk it for the biscuit, yeah, but there would be less risk if you have a weapon on the boat with the lobster guy. Less risk. As long as you know how to drive the boat or be able to do so. Is a biscuit and gravy a sandwich? Yes. Well, we've broadened it so far that you can now open the biscuit, put some gravy inside the biscuit, now you got a gravy sandwich. Have you ever heard of the double down sandwich of KFC? Yes. That now it's just, but it's breaded chicken. There's still bread, a grain with it's still bread, it's still grain, meat, grain, then more meat, then another grain, meat, then more grain. No, biscuit and gravy is its own delicacy. It's a sandwich. We've decided it.
Could you have both?
How many
God
years did it take
and
for the
multi-universes
infinite
and the
universe?
universe
Sure,
with
yeah,
multiple
I don't know these answers. I never said I did. But
Yeah,
but
He just said, "Oh my fucking god." Okay, I'm
Right,
taking this
right.
in.
His
If
fate
there was
says that there is
somebody-
and you know there's infinity of things that is bigger than he is, that's incredibly powerful and exists everywhere and everywhere at once, but he cannot believe on the thing that he says that he
I'll tell-
believes in. Okay, it's a
I'll tell
total
you-
contradiction, but who the fuck cares about contradictions?
You guys mind if I
Right.
play a little mind game with you real
if,
quick?
If God created the universe, I
Mhm.
don't think God cares who people stick their genitals into. I don't think God cares.
Yeah,
How would you know that? We have an ability to know that. We have a revelation from God that tells us that he doesn't like that. What do you have? Not a fucking thing. You don't have anything. You just have your personal opinion, you fucking retard. You've made me take a 4th Zen. I had to calm down. I need to read chat for a second. Oh, I'm coming in hot? Okay, that sounds... I might have to time you out for that one. This is Holy Weekend, but you can't be talking like that. B&G is a sandwich depending on its construction. I don't know what the B&G stands for, but I'm just going to agree with you. Hell no. I'm reading really far back. Awesome. Not the grilled cheese version, or the grilled version. That's true. I guess it's all meat. And now everything is a sandwich at this point. We've degraded sandwich to mean basically everything. You know what I have right now? I have a Zen sandwich. I'm currently using a Zen sandwich right now. He had a homemade wild blueberry pie. He was harmless. I don't know about that. I'm just saying people will drive up in a white van with candy, and just because they have the candy does not mean they come in with good intentions. Next thing you're going to tell me is open face sandwiches are a thing. Mac and cheese could potentially be a sandwich. Noodles are basically bread. Oh, pies are... Yeah, that's true.
Who worships suicidal?
Let us up so we can talk shit about Confluence. Well, I'm about to go in a minute. I'm just listening to Emmett Spurg, and I'm probably going to be done.
And who
because
doesn't
we
worship
should
idols?
because we
don't-
should
I don't
listen.
think God
Wait.
cares
It's
about-
because we should
I don't
listen
think
to
God- I
your
don't think God
opinion,
even
right?
knows we exist.
It's-
That's
Yo,
the thing. If-
perfect.
if
Why
there
would
was
you
a-
admit-
See, Kat, you're not helping yourself. Might not have been a white van, but it was a white boat. A white boat with a wild blueberry pie. Yeah, that would be like, I'd instantaneously be like, this ain't happening. I'm going to have to go, like, make sure I have, like, a couple extra rounds with me when I go on there.
Yeah, why?
Great.
There was also a puppy. Interestingly enough, people in white vans have also offered people to come find a puppy with them. They're looking for their puppy, and they just so happen to have candy. So this is all coming together. This is all coming together.
You believe all of these because we should listen to your opinion, right?
Yahweh
just,
means
you
I
asked me
am.
my opinion, so I'm telling you
I
what it
Well,
is.
I'm asking you
Therefore,
right
I
now.
am.
You believe in all of
This
these because
bread
we
does
should
not
listen to your
stink,
opinion, right?
therefore this bread is not real.
It doesn't make
But if
sense
I
to me
eat
that
this
an
bread,
all-powerful
it
being
sustains
would
me.
have such
Yeah,
petty,
I know, because all that matters is
insignificant
you.
desires.
But that's just because
And
you
if me,
misunderstand it. You don't get it.
It's because all that matters is
don't
you,
get it.
right?
I
If you
don't get
don't
it.
think something, it must not be true.
I have the ability to.
Hey,
And you're like, yeah, at that point, like all of his arguments that he's basically had has been, I don't think that it makes any sense. That doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, that's not convincing. It's nothing. It's not actually being somebody who's skeptical about anything. It's literally you just not being able to understand. What the fuck? All right, well, ad block just, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know why. What was I searching sudo for? Anyways, we'll ignore that. It's fine. I got to feed the seals my lobster scraps. Could have been feeding the seals human. Could have been. You could have been feeding. You could have been fed to the seals as scraps. Just saying. Anyways,
in my mind and my
but yeah, this dude's retarded.
empathy allows me to.
Your
see
empathy.
what other people might experience, and if I
Can you feel what I'm
So
feeling?
he's reduced everything down to experience. So now Christians who have direct experience with God is now a valid source in this type of argument that he's making. So now I can say, yeah, I saw I saw Jesus yesterday at KFC eating what was that thing called? Shit, how did I forget what it's called? The Double Down. He was at KFC eating a couple Double Downs, and I saw him there, and now that's evidence because I experienced that and I saw that happen for him. That would be enough justification for him to know that God would real. And he also told me as he was eating those Double Downs that people need to stop being gay.
Right now, please. Can you tell me what I'm feeling?
Probably annoyed.
Geek, can I?
Oh, you don't.
It worked out, and now I have a connection for fresh
I thought you
lobster.
were empathetic.
Well, I mean, you know, I can't argue with the end result. I can just say that it might not have ended up that way.
What happened to your empathy?
I've been defeated in this debate, I
Can tell
guess.
what you're feeling? You're feeling like I
Oh,
want to be a
you
geek
don't
on
know?
the internet.
He's
I don't
not
know.
Well, look,
Annoyed.
Geek,
So-
can I?
Oh, you don't know what I'm
shut up, Noggins.
feeling?
Gay.
I thought you were empathetic. What happened to your empathy?
I think okay. Can I tell what you're feeling? You're feeling like I
Oh,
want to
you
be a
don't-
geek
you don't
on the
know?
internet.
He's
I
not
think
hostile.
you're a dick on the
I'm pretty
internet.
close.
Yeah, I think you're a dick on the internet. I think you're a self-aggrandized
Emmett
bitch
one of
on the
these
internet.
flexing
That's
right
what I
now,
think
bro.
you
Get
are.
ready, dude.
And you see how, like, when anybody asks if you, whenever empathy comes up, it's either used as a it's always used as a weapon. I don't know if I can even think of a time that it's not used as a weapon. Empathy is fake and gay, not because it's a weapon, but because it's a false assertion. Emotions are internally subjective states in which the only person that has access to them is the person experiencing them. You can have these outside concepts that have, like, a general understanding of this concept, but the concept itself is not the feeling. It's just something that we can say this concept exists based on how it makes us feel, right? So the feeling itself is still internally only to you. It's not accessible to anybody, even through expression, because the expression of it itself still has to go through your cognitive filter, which would then interpret sadness as the concept differently than how I would interpret what sadness is internally. So it's just gay.
Everybody should listen to me because I believe, I think, I say, me. It's all I heard.
Noggin gives me mouse vibes from the
Okay.
Matrix.
Me.
He's an old
Yeah,
Right?
is that
guy.
all you got, buddy?
I mean, I don't got you, dude.
Give us some more of this.
I don't have my
I'm
own dick
loving
up
it.
my ass like you. At least I have an
Those are
argument whenever I
definitely
say
some
instead of saying my
big
faith.
Well,
Which is very
I
funny.
don't-
It's very funny. It's very funny that you
I'm
fucking
giving you
atheists come and you
conjecture.
start saying, "Oh my god, the faith. Oh, you should all talk about faith." When all you do is
I
talk
can
about
give
faith. It's my
I was
belief. It's
conjecturing.
my idea.
I will
It's what
say,
I
will
think
say when I
One claim
every
to
single
We
time.
sell food
faith
here.
and knowledge. We're just the honest ones. You have
Yeah.
Okay, here comes Indian Jesus to swoop up for this absolute dumb mouth breathing retard to try to make him trying to make sense out of it. This is the thing, right? This is ultimately where the transcendental argument goes, right? Everything that you experience is a subjective thing to you, right? The only thing that you actually have access to is transcendental concepts. That's the only thing that you truly have access to. You don't actually have access to the tree. The tree is grounded by those abstract concepts. Without that abstract concept, that tree would not be capable of existing within reality. You would not be able, at bare minimum, to be able to perceive it. So that concept has to exist. The referent has to exist, and it has to be grounded somewhere. So the transcendental argument is also a grounding for reality. It's a grounding for reality itself. So yes, everything is basically an experience, but it's an experience based on whether or not you can actually justify what you're experiencing or not. You can't justify your experiences. That's the whole fucking point. You have no ability to justify any of your experiences.
and
You
so-
are the same. You're the same like us, but your honesty is I am the one that creates everything.
Yes.
Me.
Because
my-
that's what it is. Ultimately, subjectivism reaches the point where you are the reason everything exists because you're there to perceive it. And you have no ability to access somebody else's mind. You don't know whether or not they exist. It ultimately leads to solipsism.
belief is the thing that everybody.
So it's just gay. Well, it's fake and gay. It's fake because it's a concept that people understand the idea of it. You could say it's reality in that way, but it's not something that's usable or even possible to apply to in reality and in any sort of way. You can understand the concept but have no ability to apply that concept to anything. Mirror touch synesthesia. You know, I actually was trying to do research about like if empathy is possible within like a theological sense. The only thing that I could come up with that's similar or almost that is marriage. Husband and wife can have a type of empathy with each other, but it's not a complete empathy in which most people would assert is possible. It's mostly that the husband and wife come together and they make one framework. It's not so much that they each individually experience two different frameworks, it's that they have one framework.
should follow. I am.
Mirror touch synesthesia would be a good argument, Cat, but they're too retarded. Well, even with the synesthesia stuff, we're still experiencing pain differently. Have empathy for Biggie Thorpe. Face reveal. I knew you weren't at it. Well, yeah, I've constantly said, oh, I'm 33.
The one that grants empathy. Oh, I am
Okay, so-
empathetic. Thanks to my empathy, I can tell you what to think, how to act, what to do. Me.
These are
You
not
got
your-
pretty eyes, by the way, Emmett.
Show me the point at
Thank
which
you.
your beliefs are not your opinion.
What? Could you repeat the
I am 100% 33. Well, I'm almost 33. In a few days, I'll be 33.
question?
To me, the point in your beliefs that is not your opinion. That is the objective standard. That is
The reason that I actually look younger is because I shaved my head. I have gray hair all over my head.
a proven fact.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're correct. I was actually wrong. I'm actually 38. I forgot.
Yeah, I believe
Something we can
approval-
test.
Yeah, something we can test. The sun exists. So I think there is an actual external reality that we can actually test, and there are things in that external reality that are true, right? If I see the sun and you see the sun, we share it. It's not my belief that the sun exists. It's an objective fact that it exists.
Okay, but I see the sun
Okay.
every
And
day.
then
I don't see God ever.
and then Yeah, and there's more about it because I can actually have idea. You know, if you actually ground epistemology, you can have access to true belief. The idea of true. So the idea of
Think that other people's perceptions were applicable to the reality that I experienced. What happened? Okay, I think my internet dropped for a second. Is it back? You do have the voice of an older man. You talk like you were born in 1933. It's because I have testosterone. I have an immense amount of testosterone. I have so much testosterone that I've been tested for cancer because of how much testosterone I have. It's also why I'm bald. At least that's the cope. It's because you're 6'4". Well, everybody's 6'4". That's just the new natural state of the internet. Yeah, it takes a whole while to get out just to... Hold on, I can't fucking read. Yeah, it just takes a while to get out. So his voice ages by the time my ears can perceive it. Yeah, your stream was circling. Yeah, I don't know what happened. My internet dropped for a second.
it's not based on my fucking mind. It's not what I think. When I say, oh,
Yeah,
God
first
is
principle.
reason, it's not because I thought it. Okay, it has nothing
Internal
to do with me.
consistency, external validation, and Occam's razor. If
Super
God is
chat. I don't know if
true,
I agree with this.
then-
Sorry to interrupt you. K2 is actually a Catholic, so he might believe this. I'm not sure. Explain the shroud. I'm assuming it's the Shroud of Turin. AB blood type, and then when priests had to get rid of damaged Eucharist, had to discard coming back. AB blood. I don't know enough about the Shroud of Turin. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know a
There's some
lot
big,
about that. But no, I'm not 6'4". You're 6'6". That's true.
development with it.
It's
But
interesting.
Is this like Jesus's cum rag or something?
It's not
Yeah.
a comrade.
Yeah.
It's what
That's
he-
untoward.
Is that
And see, like the second that he doesn't have an ability to answer, this is what atheists do. Once they have no ability to actually answer the question that you're presenting them and laying out what you're actually saying, and they have no ability to justify that not being true, it's just immediately, I'm going to say something blasphemous to make you angry.
your opinion?
Lord. I'm gonna hit you with a freaking
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
it's
yeah.
kind of funny that you say that, you know, God
And-
doesn't care about what we do.
Okay,
God-
two guys pretty smart. I
God
agree.
doesn't care about us
Hey,
at all.
Jesus-
So.
The 11-inch span. Well, yeah, what was it? I figured out the. I remember, when I figured out what you guys were talking about, and it turns out like I have a 16-inch span, and I think Emmett said that he had like a. I don't remember, but I remember saying I'll donate some of my span. I don't know why I thought about that randomly, but
He
Forgive
doesn't
him,
care
dude. I
what we
know it's
put our
only a
dick,
day
but the first
past
thing you
the
think
trip,
of
but
is cum.
He knows what. Nah, he speaks.
This
dude,
is why you need to all go back to the fucking closet, dude. You need to go back to the
exactly.
fucking
Go back to the closet. You know, Jesus told me as he was eating the Grand Slam or whatever it was at KFC that everyone should stop being gay, and that was my personal experience, and my personal experience is what grounds my reality. So you should really just stop being gay.
or get back into the fucking trees. One of the two, because truly to be told, fucking Coomertarians need to go back into the fucking trees or back into the fucking closet at this
11 inches pretty good for, yeah. Like, I have like freakishly large hands too. So and I didn't actually measure my span. I just did math based on my shoulders.
point.
why are you so
Why
angry?
don't you say some more?
Why
just
can
yeah, I
I
was
be
about to
angry?
say,
Are you gonna tell
I'm
me?
just saying.
Be empathetic with me, Jesus.
Way better
When
at
empathetic
running
with
it
me
down.
in
You can be aggressive in argumentation and not actually be angry.
the end,
Emmett.
huh? How about you're a little bit empathetic with me? How about you?
Can we all be
You
laughing
understand
and
me?
looking
Hello,
mug
How
in
about
chat?
that?
everybody.
Look at those
This
eyes.
is
I don't
what
give a fuck
turning
about what
the
you
other
think Christian
cheek
is,
fall.
vibe.
Th-
Shut the
this
fuck
is
up
what turning
about
the other
telling me
cheek
what
and
Christian
loving
is.
your neighbor.
Yeah, and this is something too, like Vibe saying something's not Christian, you'd have to give a justification now on how you are Christian and how it directly is not Christian to be aggressive, which is retarded to say.
Moving-
Sounds like
I don't give a
This
fuck
is
what you have to say about what
Christianity
Christian
really
is.
sounds
You're
like.
over here trying to talk to a bunch of fucking retards about
I'm
Christianity.
asking.
What's the shoulder span equation? Well, what I looked up was that the shoulder, usually about half of your shoulder length is supposed to, or the shoulder span is supposed to be your, from your pinky to your thumb span. So mine is actually 1.5 times my shoulder span. So I have like freakishly large hands for even my size.
Are trying to.
I don't even know the arguments.
Can you move the conversation forward, or do you just want to?
Yes, I can.
And it definitely didn't print my ruler with 75% scale. I agree.
Move the conversation forward. I want to know.
I don't know what happened there, but I just automatically believe you.
I want to know why.
No
Yes.
value
Yeah.
whatsoever.
I want to
right now in
know
this
why
conversation.
should I take into account any of his fucking beliefs?
You
Why
shouldn't.
do I have to
Should,
take
though.
into
You
account
don't
any of your
know.
fucking
You
beliefs?
don't.
I don't.
put the
Thank
guns
you.
away, dude.
Thank you. You go on and go fuck yourself, Juice with Lodge, okay? And
Because
when
the
you do
second
it, get away from
principle-
me.
I gotta say this, like Lutch is such a fucking baby. Like he gets anybody that's aggressive with him, he'll just immediately spurg out and start crying. It's really funny. And Vibe's just soy. Noggins is okay. Noggins isn't that bad. He's just dumb. And I'm sympathetic with his idiocy. Confluent does get happy when Emmett spurgs on them retards. Yeah. I just press my span, my clavicle, and it fits. My pinky and my shoulder and my thumb, my throat. Well, congratulations, I guess. Emmett Spurgeon is the core of it.
Because I don't want to see you either on the closet or on the trees. Bye, Confluence.
External validation. It's how you measure deviation from truth.
And Seth just over here just trying to still make this random, overly complex argument. I don't know why, like, I'm confused at this point. This Zen has just hit me pretty hard. It's calm. It's mellowed me out too much.
That way you can figure out how to realign from your current.
Yeah, we're about to rate Emmett in
That
just
was
a
the
second.
face that I gave and pop up, as I always do.
I had a game.
And I gotta say this. Why does he use his own merch? Did he create his merch just for him? I don't get it. I see him wear his own shirts and drink out of his own cup constantly. It's annoying. Anyways, there was something else. I just want him to contribute. Vibe, you don't contribute to the conversation. You have no access to any type of good arguments because you're a Protestant. Your arguments for Christianity are failures. You guys created this entire epidemic of agnostic and atheists because your arguments are trash. Your arguments are garbage. You have no good arguments. You can have some type of arguments that might seem reasonable to some people, but anybody that knows anything about philosophy tears your arguments apart. This is why you can't just make totally pure theological arguments when you're trying to convince people of the truth of the matter.
That was the face that I gave and pop up, as I always do.
I had a game with the old.
I wear a cat ears headset. It's my brand. Well, that's different. You didn't pay to have somebody make the cat ear headset for you. It was just something that you could buy, and that was it. This dude, like, he just like I don't even understand. I'm surprised he doesn't have a big poster behind him of his damn face at this point.
Girlfriend.
Don't give him any ideas. I don't want to see that.
Sorry, go ahead.
We would point to somebody and we would go, your team. So that's what I'm doing. Your team.
It is true. We all need Pharmacat mugs.
So
this is what we can do, though.
Cat needs to start making merch. There we go.
So, as rational atheists and rational Christians, we can actually go, hey, if my unrational atheist is spewing bullshit, you shut them up. And if my unrational Christian brother is spewing bullshit,
Yes, this is true, Vibe. You should shut up. You should stop trying to argue. You give fuel to the enemy. You give fuel to the enemy in which backsplashes on us. You don't make good arguments.
Bullshit. I'll tell them to shut up.
Anyways.
Doesn't mean that Christians are worse or atheists. Well, yeah, you guys are
No, I
worse,
know,
but
I know.
you know what I mean.
Mormons, Catholicism, Islam, atheism, they all
But anyways, I think we're done. I'm going to start spurging out soon. I'm already being kind of mean. So I don't want to be mean right now. Vibe pisses me off. But we're going to... Here. Is Emmett streaming right now? No, Emmett's not streaming right now. I thought he was. Oh, once his stream goes up, we'll go.
have bad actors.
Absolutely.
K2 with the $20.
Mute the Gooner Blue Jay for that. I agree.
Only one
Oh,
that
I
seems
think-
to
I
have an
think that's-
exception.
I think that's you. I think that's you, PDX. I'm assuming it's probably the Comrade
what?
comment. It probably was.
Oh, okay.
We have a buck a minute mute thing going on, so unfortunately,
I'm sorry.
you offended a lot of people with that, myself included. I will say that I thought that was untoward. I think that's untoward. Okay,
It
and that's what
was.
caused Emmett to crash out. You know, which is valid. I think you know.
You know, I will say this. I appreciate Confluence doing that because it's something that I don't see Confluence do very much. Specifically, since Emmett and him are supposed to be friends, I appreciate that. And, you know, maybe that's due to some of my criticism. Maybe that's, you know, maybe he does that more often. I don't see it. But I do appreciate that. I like that he did that.
Well, since we're talking about sexuality, Andy and Jesus.
All right. Here we go. Everybody go here. I'm going to stop. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate you. Maybe tomorrow I'll have a brain space enough to be able to fucking beat that game. But today I can't. I'm too fucking spurging out. I'm spurging right now. Anyways, thank you guys for stopping by. Appreciate you.